Welcome back, YouTubers. How you doing? Simpleuntruths here with another video. Today we're going to speak about supplementation and whether or not it's necessary to build muscle. And typically we don't talk specifically about building muscle. And if you're familiar with this channel, we talk about a lot of things, all things health, of course. Primarily, though, we focus on losing weight, maintaining weight, things of that nature. This video is going to point more towards the muscle building video, Muscle Building 101, Muscle Building Gains 101. I'm going to leave the link to that video on the bottom of this one, in the comments section, obviously, well, in the description. And this is kind of a carryover of that, building muscle in this phase. And if you are in the throes of building muscle, this is really one of those situations that's kind of unique, where everybody's obviously different because we're all slightly different, even though the science all applies to us all. But for those hard gainers, I'd say that this probably is more for you than the folks that have no problem gaining weight. And that being said, what the problem is for hard gainers is typically they don't have enough protein in their system to build muscle properly. And that is a problem. And that can be for a couple of reasons. First reason could be you're just not eating enough protein. Second reason could be that you may not metabolize it very well. The third reason could be, or many other reasons could attribute to this problem. But you may have a problem with protein delivery in your system. And protein delivery really is very much related to carbohydrates in the fact that they can help facilitate the delivery of protein into the bloodstream on the cellular level. So that's really what this video is going to talk about today. And if you are an ectomorph or a hard gainer, somebody that has a difficulty building muscle mass, then this is going to be specifically for you and just for you. If you're not, then maybe not so much, but you may want to hear the information anyway. So let's just cover overall supplementation. When I talk about supplementation, am I talking about anabolic steroids and human growth hormone? And the answer to that question is no, I'm not. When I talk about supplementation, I'm talking about natural, whole supplementation, meaning that also includes branched chain amino acids. That also includes free-form amino acids. So we're not going to touch on PEDs or steroids in this specific video. We're not going to even know. Although we are going to talk about creatine. We're going to talk about a few other supplements that can really help with the muscle building process and the healing process for that matter. The first one I want to start with today is not going to be creatine. It's going to be glutamine. Glutamine is very, very important. I'm going to say a third time, important. And essential for muscle building and also gastrointestinal regularity. And if you suffer from that and you drink a lot of coffee to keep yourself regular, hey, if you can get yourself on a regular regimen of glutamine daily and keep it up like a serum level, my goodness, it will straighten out most of those GI issues and have you just, happening. But it's really, really, really good with healing muscle, building muscle tissue. You're advantageous if you're taking L-glutamine every day. Seriously, you're doing yourself a major service if you're doing that. So L-glutamine is a very, very, very important amino acid. Micronized is really good because it's more water soluble. You can get it into your system a little bit quicker. I did mention creatine. I'm still not going to go straight there. Why would you need to take supplements is really the question. And the issue is this, specifically when it comes to food in general, it just doesn't have all the nutrients that you need to build muscle. So you can eat all day in the window that you typically eat and you may not gain any weight because you need some supplementation. And so typically that's going to be protein. And what type of protein is that? Well, that's a very good question. We'll get to that right now. Supplementation. Let's talk about whey. And are all wheys created equally? And the answer to that is no, they're not. Depending on what type of whey you go after, there's a lot of different types out there. You've got freeform, you've got isolate, you've got the protein combinations where basically you've got some whey You've got some casein and some other things in there. Be careful when you're taking whey supplements. My rule of thumb is do it this way. If you are taking whey to supplement your protein because they're not able to get enough, go with an isolate, a whey isolate. You want to be anywhere from 80 to 90% pure. It's going to be expensive, but you want it to be 90% at best pure whey isolate. Now you can be 80, but then that means there's going to be some other stuff in there. But what you want to shoot for is 90% whey isolate, and that will cut out a few things for you. And it is the nature of the beast when it comes to whey and whey isolates. Is that you want that percentage to be higher. The higher it is, the better the grade it is. Some people don't swear by this. I personally, like I said, I'm a hard gainer. I can eat and eat and eat and eat in my meal window, and it doesn't matter. I might just stay the same, because if I'm not getting more protein, I'm not able to eat more. That extra meal might get it for me, but maintaining that extra meal for a week or 2 weeks it's just difficult. So get some supplements, get some glutamine, get some whey powder. If you want to take creatine, I'm not going to tell you you can't. Look, creatine is really creatine. Okay, creatine is really the combination of 2 other amino acids. Okay, sarcosamine is really what creatine is, and that's not in any way related to arsenic. And I don't know why people go there with that, but I've heard that before, and it's not true. But creatine is really it's a synthetic form of protein. Plain and simple. That's the only way I can explain it. Is it safe for you long term? Who knows? Honestly, the FDA has 10 years to do studies, and after those 10-year periods, they can come back and tell you whether or not something is or isn't safe for you, depending. Now, am I waiting on them, relying on them to bring me information? No. You should go out there on the internet. You should go out there and read as much as you can on the subject. If you have to go to libraries, then so be it. But it's difficult to get fresh print. It's easier to just find stuff on the internet, and I understand that. That doesn't mean that it's all true. But do your research, figure out, what it is that you want to do, how you want to go about it, and I kid you not, supplementation is something that's very real in this world. It's a huge billion-dollar industry in the weightlifting and bodybuilding world, and I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't go ahead and go there. Now, as far as PEDs are concerned, performance enhancing drugs and things of that nature, steroids and human growth hormone, I do not sign on to that whatsoever. Stay away from that stuff. It's not good for you in the long run. It's just going to do you more harm than good, even though you haven't seen any specific quote-unquote related deaths due to those things. It's just not good for your heart. Don't do that way. Don't go about doing things unnaturally, because they're not sustainable for the rest of your life. At some point, you're going to lose that weight. So don't just build, and just lose your mind over that. It can be an addictive thing. So just monitor what it is that you're trying to do. Monitor your goals. If you need a supplement, do that. There's plenty of safe supplements out there. Just do your research. All right? Good talking to you again about this subject. We got more coming. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the subscribe now button right here, and click the bell to get notifications. And we'll be back with another video in a couple of weeks. Questions and comments below. Good talking to you on this one again, and we'll be back soon. Take care.